Good morning, everybody. We are back. It is the Young People Take Over.
Once
It's
again,
your
we're
boy.
back in business.
Yep, it's your boy Isaiah, along as always with my other co-host who we're connected.
We're connected.
Connected,
We're
y'all.
connected. Lexi Williams in the building. Hey, hey.
And we are back at it again with another Young People Takeover. I just want to give a quick shout out to Miss Gail Dudley. We celebrated her birthday this week on Tuesday. We celebrated her birthday, and it was a fun show, y'all. It was such a fun show. The energy was great. Everybody showing her love. So she is taking a much needed and deserved break. So we just want to say thank you again, Miss Gail Dudley. We love you. And also shout out to you for yesterday. She went to Outerbound University to hang out with some kids for a CCS program, summer program, to talk about entrepreneurship, and the kids were enjoying it. So it's nice to see um, Miss Gail Dudley inspiring some of the youth like she has with us. So, I see some of y'all coming in here. Good morning, Miss Diane Ladybug. Good morning, Miss Latrice James. Diane Ladybug says, woo woo birthday month, July babies rock. Okay, we got another July birthday in here.
Respect, respect. I'm a Taurus, but I'm a respect it. I'm a respect it.
Uh,
I was like,
yeah,
what?
we also see good morning, Jeffrey Allen James. How are you doing this morning? See some people coming in here. We're gonna give them a little bit of time. But y'all, we got some news. We got some news for y'all. We got some we got some news. We got some news talking about kids. So, I know this generation's kids didn't get to experience this, but now they can. So, if you want to know what that's about, stay tuned. We're gonna talk about that pretty soon. We got Mary Owens coming in from LinkedIn. Okay, good morning to you, Mary Owens. Also, good morning to all of our audio viewers, those who listen in by audio. We just want to say thank you for tuning in each and every morning, um, as you're on your way to work, or if you're just chilling out in the car. Good morning to you. If you're getting your mimosa or uh, coffee or orange juice, if or apple juice. It all depends on what you drinking on this morning. Good morning to you. Miss Latrice Jones says she has shared the live. Yes. Also, be sure to share the live. Um, be sure to send it to some of our friends. Be sure to like and follow News in Motion, and make sure you turn on your notifications so that way you can stay up to date on when we go live, because some of our notifications have been silenced over the last few months. Um, Let's see. Oh man, we got a lot of people coming in here. We got Miss Adrian Gladys. We got Miss Tracy. I hope I say your last name right. Miss Tracy Cumey from also from LinkedIn. Um, we have Miss Yvonne saying or water. Okay, yeah, it's always good
Pour
to drink
water.
water.
We love to
Yeah.
see it. Healthy, be healthy. Don't forget about your mini mosa for our youth out there. We can't. Let's keep included. With our celebratory glasses. We love to see it. Okay, let's keep it real. Mini mosas in the
All
building.
right, but if they put in the red solo cup, they.
That that's a little bit of a different story. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
different kind of celebratory cut. That's a ooh. I
yeah.
can't tell you about that one. My mama can, but I sure can't tell you.
But Lex, I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Which do you prefer, or there's always been like this debate of which juice is better. So I want your opinion. I want to hear the opinion of everyone else in the chat. Which juice is better, apple juice or orange juice?
Orange juice all day, all day long. Orange juice, yes sir.
Oh, okay,
Easy.
okay. Because I know a lot of people would disagree. Now, me personally, I gotta agree with you. Orange juice just it goes a lot better with stuff.
Right, especially breakfast. That's your breakfast. That's the key. And it goes all throughout the day. It's just you can't go wrong. And then people put in their mimosas too, so you just can't. Out. With or without alcohol, you can't go wrong.
Mm. We got Kenny Stanley in here saying good morning, News and Motion family. We have Miss Tracy saying apple juice. She's she's on Team Apple Juice. Miss Latrice Jones is saying I'm an orange juice girl. Yeah, she likes her mimosa. Uh, it's all love, it's all love, mom. All love. Good morning to you, Miss Marion Jackson.
Hey.
How are you doing this morning? How's everyone doing this morning? It's a wonderful Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday. So after news and motion today, turn on some '90s jams, some early 2000s. Kick back, relax on a Throwback Thursday. Mary Owens says she is cool with either. Okay, sometimes it got it. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you can't really pick a side. They both have their differences, but they're both delicious. So. We also have Miss Shardinia in here. Good morning to you. Yeah, see everybody coming in here. So it is now time for our first headline news story, y'all. This is reported from CNN. In this state, the headline is New York police investigating if retired judge's son killed his mother before jumping to his own death. Wow. We got Reverend Williams in here saying good morning. Miss Latrice Jones says, "Really, Isaiah? First the solo cup. Now you're telling me that. Now you're telling me that, folks. I love mimosas. I want to say love. I'm just saying, on celebratory occasions. That's it's perfectly fine.
She's trying to say, don't be shading me. Don't be shading me what I like to do. Everybody ain't got to know my business. What she trying to say? Okay, I know your mom just a little bit. Okay, so she's saying, stay off her lane. Stay in your lane. Stay off her case. Okay, I got you, Auntie. I got you. Don't worry about it. We keep them in mind.
Wow, I'm not even shading around here, man.
We're here.
But with our first headline, it states that the New York police are investigating whether the son of a retired New York State judge killed his mother in the family's Manhattan apartment before jumping to his own death. A law enforcement source told CNN yesterday. It also states that they found a 26-year-old man with injuries to his body consistent with falling from an elevated position, along with a 65-year-old woman inside of an apartment who had severe head trauma. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. A New York Police Department spokesperson identified the two people who were found dead as Douglas Solomon at the age of 26 and Diane Gallagher at the age of 65, who are listed in the public records as families of former acting New York Supreme Court Judge Charles Solomon. So I want to send our thoughts and prayers, our condolences to that family, and it's just a sad thing, to be investigated for a judge's son killing his mother. It's just unthinkable, and mental health is a real thing, y'all. So always check in on your people. Lexi, you got anything to say about that?
Always, mental health is a huge deal, and I'm glad it's actually coming to light now, especially after COVID. It's been a huge deal for a long time, but now it's actually getting the spotlight that it deserves. And so really, everybody could use a little talking to just sometimes. So just checking on your people, tell them you love them, that you're always there for them, But that's just it. Mental health is the key.
Yeah. So, Lex, what's your first headline story that you have for us?
Okay. So we have Rudolph Giuliani. Excuse me if I say his name wrong, but that's how I'm going to say it today. Rudolph Giuliani to testify, according to the New York Times. Mr. Giuliani is to testify in front of a special grand jury on August the 9th of this year. This is due to the continuous investigations of election interference of the former President Donald J. Trump. Mr. Giuliani was Donald J. Trump's personal lawyer. This makes him a core figure in the investigation of overturn of election votes in the state of Georgia. Mr. Giuliani originally failed to show at a hearing held in Manhattan where he was asked to testify. Robert C. I. McBurney, a part of the Superior Court of Fulton County, has now ordered Mr. Giuliani to come before a special grand jury. According to the New York Times, I quote, "A special grand jury has been meeting regularly in Atlanta to hear testimony and review documents and videos that may shed light on the multi-pronged effort to put Georgia in Mr. Trump's win column." The article continues, "Among the acts under consideration are an infamous post-election phone call that Mr. Trump made to Brad Raffensperger, the Georgia Secretary of State, asking to find enough votes to secure his victory. All 16 pro-Trump electors in Georgia have been informed they could also face charges. This is not Mr. Giuliani's first time appearance in court. In December of 2020, Mr. Giuliani showed in court for false conspiracy theories of secret suitcases of Democratic ballots, corrupt voting machines. Prosecutors are looking for the following to testify: Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, who also called Mr. Raffensperger, and Representative Jody Heiss, embraced false narratives about the election fraud." And that is all for Mr. Giuliani. We need to stay informed, stay updated, make sure we watch on August 9th and keep ourselves updated and informed. And as Ms. Gail always says, vote, vote, vote.
Absolutely, we need to vote, especially the youth, young people. Need to vote. I know it may not seem like a big deal, but it's important. It can literally change the tide of not just your state, but this country, and like possibly the world. It can help us become progressive, or it can derail us. We can either step up and evolve, just be complacent and stay where we're at. So
absolutely,
be sure to vote, y'all. Be sure to vote. I see a couple. Miss Tanja Williams said we need to make more resources available for people, tying in with what I said about the mental health aspect. Kenny Stanley says lock him up.
Uh-oh.
Hey, if he's affiliated with a former guy, dang, I said, hey, okay, Miss Deli know how to influence on us, y'all. I'm saying former guy, but I mean he technically is the former guy, so if he's affiliated with them, anything like that, especially around the time of January 6th, yeah, lock him up with the rest of the others. So yeah, that's a lot. Thank you for breaking that story to us, Lexi. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
So our next headline story is dealing with a mother speaking out against a Sesame Street character for ignoring her two daughters. Yeah, y'all. So maybe many of you have seen the video going around Facebook and Twitter. But it shows that a Sesame Street character named Rosita, greeting people during a parade, but blatantly ignoring two little black girls. And you can clearly see that the black girls are distraught and saddened that they didn't get any love from the Sesame Street character. So it states here, this was reported by CBS. It states that that Judy Brown, the mother, shared a video of a performer dressed like the character Rosita from Sesame Street, appearing to dismiss her daughter and niece who are black during a parade. Other videos have come out of other Sesame Street characters acting this way towards other black children, and it just doesn't make any sense. It's sad to see. And it just doesn't make any sense. And I get it, it's kind of hard to see in those costumes, but at the same time, if you can clearly see everybody else, why can't you see them? And another video surfaced of one of the Sesame Street characters even bumping into a young black child, knocking her down. So you know, Sesame Street is, they got some explaining to do, and they did release the official Sesame Street release page released that they had no clue that the performers were doing this, and that they have talked to them and they are awaiting disciplinary actions, but still, that's not enough. We need to pair a full on apology, because you're ignoring black children, and you're knocking them down. It just doesn't make any sense. And plus, that's your main demographic. That's your target audience. So what kind of message is that sending? I know if I had a kid, they would not be watching Sesame Street for a while. That's just me. There are other cartoons out there, Barney and Cyber Chase, stuff that I grew up watching. Come on now. How many of y'all know about Cyber Chase? But don't sleep on Cyber Chase now. I mean, Lex, you got anything to say about this? What cartoons would you, would you still allow your kids to watch Sesame Street?
I feel like if this has been I'm not necessarily sure. So if this has been a long-term thing that's been happening for a long time that still hasn't been fixed, I don't think I would let my kids watch it. But the approach that it all depends on the approach that Sesame Street will take with it when it comes to disciplinary actions. How will they have team meetings? Will they have like little sessions talking about how do we deal with the situation? But would I let them watch it? It all depends how it's handled, But cartoons I would let my kids watch, the Teen Titans, or like you said, Barney, or what else did I grow up with? Dora and I can't think. All the ones like that, but
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I haven't gotten to that. I really haven't.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's on Netflix, but considering how Netflix is doing right now,
yeah, they kind of up and down.
Yeah. So we I see Kim Emerson in here. Good morning to you. Kenny Stanley said all the characters did it. Deborah Johnson, good morning to you. She says this is so sad. Microaggressions against toddlers. Shaking my head. Miss Lutrisa says there should be no discrimination at all. All kids matter. Exactly. Mr. Latrice Jones says, is training enough for these types of incidents? Seems like they keep happening. Come on. No, you're all right. You're all right. My father agrees with you. It's not. Training isn't enough. If they can't show love to children of all color, they shouldn't be in the costume. Just as simple as that. So, yeah, man. My, show love to all the kids. And it's crazy because yesterday I went to Outerbound University to support Miss Gail Dudley during the CCS summer program, and as one session was ending and the kids were leaving, they made little cards, little business cards. And one kid showed his teacher or mentor, supervisor over the group. And she said, I'm not impressed with your card. She said this to a child, y'all. And of course, the teacher was white and the kid was black, but she said that like it was in a joking manner. But even then, you don't say something like that to a child. Um, so we got to you know be patient with these kids, and just continue to love on them. So sorry, but Miss Dr. Antoinette says sorry, but people would release were released to pursue their future elsewhere. Mm. And Miss Tanya Williams says it starts with the hiring process. Y'all, y'all speaking today. I love it. Love it. So Lex, what's your next story for us?
Before I start the next story, I forgot a really good one. I think everybody knows Tabitha Brown now has a new thing out called, I think it's Tab Time or something like that. I think that would be a great one for your kids. But with the next story, crypto defraud in the millions. So the FBI has gathered the fake cryptocurrency apps, have defrauded investors of $42.7 million since October of 2021. 244 victims have been scammed. Cyber criminals are using the names and logos of real cryptocurrency apps to draw in investors. The warning published Monday states the FBI has observed cyber criminals contacting U.S. investors, fraudulently claiming to offer legitimate cryptocurrency investment services, and convincing investors to download fraudulent mobile apps, which the cyber criminals have used with increasing success over time to defraud the investors of their cryptocurrency. So that's what the FBI has to say right now. But right now, let's just keep on verifying what apps are asking you for real before we deposit money into that crypto account or even giving the app your personal information. Stay informed. Make sure you check to make sure it's the real app, the real company is really producing or asking you to do these things before you just go giving out all your information. So what do y'all think about that? For those who are into cryptocurrency, excuse me.
But yeah, be careful with the cryptocurrency, y'all. Marianne Jackson said not interested in cryptocurrency. Yeah, it's too cryptocurrency. Bitcoin. It can all be it's all traceable. It can all be hacked. There have been reports of it being hacked. So I'm not dealing with no cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, none of that. That's not for me. Do your thing. Kim Emerson says protect your information. Yes, it is vital that you protect your information. Don't be giving nobody, passwords or anything like that. It's important to protect your information. This is something that we should definitely teach the children, because sharing passwords, unless it's for an online game, but even then, do that with caution, y'all, because somebody can take over their account, and they can never get it back anytime soon. So I'm scrolling to see some comments from earlier. Miss Latricia says Gracie's Corner is a great one for kids to watch. It's an African American family created this show. Okay. I've never really heard of Gracie's Corner before, but I should definitely check it out. Lexi, you okay?
Yeah. Just figure out some technical difficulties here.
Okay. While you fix that, just gonna keep looking at these comments real quick. Once I see that you fixed them, I'll bring you back on. Miss Marianne Jackson says now the characters who are showing racism towards the children are showing racism towards children that they were created to educate. So it yeah, it's a sad thing to hear about. Miss Yvonne says, my child care children loved Gracie's Corner and Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Daniel Tiger is actually it's a good show for children. They even had an episode discussing autism, so it's great. Not even great. It's amazing to see representation in in cartoons nowadays. So for our next story, well, this is a quick story. Yesterday, in music news, it would have been a popular rapper's 23rd birthday. The rapper I'm talking about is Bashar Jackson, aka Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was a young and promising artist. Many people considered him the Prince of New York. He's very popular for his drill music, which is now taking over the music industry. Pop Smoke was only 20 years old when he passed. He was shot and killed in Los Angeles, California, and he was born and raised in New York. So yesterday would have been his 23rd birthday. Um, you know, rest in peace to Pop Smoke. Just it's crazy to see all these people um, die at a young age. He was only 20 years old. Not even in the peak of life. So, we this gun violence got to stop, y'all. We got to stop killing each other, killing ourselves. We got to communicate what we're going through. It doesn't make you vulnerable. It actually makes you stronger. People are actually gonna respect you for speaking about what you're going through. So our last story for today, this is exciting, y'all. Toys R Us shops are opening back up in Macy's stores everywhere by mid-October. So, y'all, how many of y'all remember Toys R Us? How many of y'all remember? I'm not saying I never went into a Toys R Us, but I knew of its existence. That it was a thing back in the day, along with the Chuck E. Cheese and um, um, what else was popular back then, man? What
gosh. Chuck E. Cheese. I did a lot of Dave and Buster. Still do now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Dave and Buster's still popular. Yeah.
Oh,
Chuck E. Cheese, Toys R Us. Oh man, what else was? Blockbuster. Blockbuster was still around. Blockbuster was still around. Circuit City, which was kind of like Best Buy. It was actually in competition, I believe, with Best Buy. So Kim Evans has said, "Good for Toys R Us for making a comeback." Yeah, I was sad to hear that when they were closing their doors. But it gives kids of this era a chance to experience what it's like running down those halls and seeing all those different types of toys. Because that's what we had to do. We had to go into the store, look at all those toys, kind of decide of what we wanted, and then we got the toys actually from the store, not offline, because technology wasn't really that advanced as it is now. Diane Ladybug says Discovery Zone. Discovery Zone.
Oh yeah, Discovery Zone. Isn't this Discovery Zone? I think she's talking about like the newspaper sort of like for kids, like they have like a whole channel, Discovery Zone, like for like the animals and stuff. I know what she's talking about. Yeah, Discovery Zone. That was a real good thing back then.
I feel like I know if I see it, I might remember it. Kmart. Yeah, I forgot about Kmart. Kmart was a popular store back then. I feel like I've seen this. I feel like I have seen Discovery Zone though. Kenny Stanley says, "Bring back Children's Palace."
They're here, but they stop at a certain age level.
Children's Palace. Diane Ladybug says, "Nope, it was an indoor playground." Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Me
Never.
neither.
I have never heard of Discovery Zone.
That's new
I've
to
heard of
me.
Kmart's, but I don't think I've ever heard of Children's Palace either. Um, Marianne Jackson said, "Today is my mother, Elizabeth Jackson's 92nd birthday. Happy birthday to your mother, Miss Marianne Jackson. We wish that she has a wonderful birthday. More life to her. 92 years old. That is remarkable. So happy birthday to your mother. Um, but I'm excited about Toys R Us reopening in October. October, that's a special month for me, y'all. No reason, just turning 20 this year. 20 years old.
Oh God, not trying to ignore it. You just turned 20. Just look at
No, just not major. Just turning 20 in October. Not major.
Woo. Out of them teens, you won't be a teen no more. Ooh. You're gonna be
Yeah.
old.
Hey. No, don't say that. I ain't gonna be old. I'm just gonna be evolving, and I'm gonna be in the peak of my life.
Adulting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm adulting right now, bro. Like literally, gas. No, like here's the thing. I'm lucky when it comes to gas, cause my car only takes like I want to say like 10 gallons of gas, and that usually only cost me the highest I've ever had to pump was like $38.
Okay.
So I'm kind of I'm all right when it comes to gas. Now food and clothes, that's a different story right there.
One sidebar. I was just informed by one of my elders that Children's Palace is actually was a toy store. That's what they were talking about. Not a clothing store that I was thinking of.
I've never heard of Children's Palace ever. I've never heard of that before. Like I remember the Chuck E. Cheese, the Toys R Us, Kmart. Man, there was like a lot of stuff around when I was a kid. Like GameStop was still kind of the thing, you know. Um,
Oh, the Wii was a thing back then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was it.
Absolutely. The Wii, the Xbox 360, PS2 and PS3. I had both of those consoles. Um, Game, no, GameCube GameCube was more like early 2000s. Yeah, GameCube was kind of early 2000s, but definitely PS3, PS2, Xbox 360, Wii. You had Wii Sports.
Twister was a good game back then.
Twister. Oh yeah, Twister is an all time classic. Can't go wrong with Twister. Diane Ladybug says Atari. My dad's talked to me about an Atari. You can't forget an Atari. Kenny Stanley says Showbiz was way better than Chuck E. Cheese. 100% facts. Mom, do you know what Showbiz is? I don't know what a show. I've never heard of Showbiz before. Um, I have never heard of Showbiz. The original Nintendo. The original Nintendo with Super Mario. Yeah, I remember that. I think it was the Nintendo N69. I'm being told it was the 64. I thought I knew it was one of those two numbers, 69 or 64.
See, Mr. Kenny Stanley, I've been informed by one of my elders. He can't even remember what Showbiz is. That therefore goes to say, how long ago? No shade, but how long ago was Showbiz alive? Because it must have been gone for a long time.
It must have been only around for 2 years or something. If it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, then I've never heard of that before. I just knew about like Chuck E. Cheese, Ronald McDonald and his friends, the Hamburglar and the purple fuzzy nugget guy. don't really remember what his name was. Um,
Oh my gosh, what was the name of the show? What was the name of the show with the black dude with the orange hair?
Black dude, orange
You know who
hair.
I'm talking about? The
Black
black
dude.
dude with the
Hair.
people in the comments, help me out. The black dude with the orange hair with the bunch of like little Yo Gabba Gabba. There it is. There it is. That was my show. There it is. Woo! Forgot
Oh
about that.
yeah. Yo Gabba Gabba. Lazy Town. You remember Lazy Town?
Lazy Town, lazy.
It had like that blue guy with like the pencil stash. I forgot his name. Oh, bro, but Lazy Town used to be my show. Lazy Town. It had that one guy, and like what, and like another guy was like, oh, he wanted people to like not exercise. It was a whole weird show. Like it was basically like Lazy Town was like a show to motivate kids to exercise or something. Like, bro, it's all coming back to me now. All these shows I used to watch, like Lazy Town, Cyber Chase, Avatar, The Last Airbender, Yo Gabba Gabba, Wow Wow Wubsy. What was it? Oh, you Ni Hao Kailan. You remember that show?
You realize you're a little bit older than me, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Fast forward to 07. That's maybe a couple years after that because I barely remember anything.
No, that was kind of 05, 06 in a way. 05, 06. Backyardigans. That was a good show.
I used to have like
Yeah.
that little couch, little fold up couch. That was my couch.
Backyardigans. That was a good show too. That
People in
was
the
a good.
comments, NIM family, what's your favorite throwback song? What's the throwback? It's Throwback Thursday, so we got to cover everything. What's the throwback song today?
Yeah, let us know a throwback song before we get into this inspirational message. What's your favorite throwback song? It could be from, well, let's say anywhere from the 80s to the early 2000s. What's your favorite?
Fair game.
80 from the 80s to early 2000s. What's your favorite throwback song? Let us know in the chat.
Or it could be favorite band. It doesn't have to. We have to be specific now. Some people can't choose band or artist. You know,
band, artist, group. It can be the Five Heartbeats and Temptations, New Edition, Prince, MJ, Biggie, anybody from the 80s to early 2000s. David Williams said, "Special Ed, I got it made." Okay, that's a good song. I personally never heard that song. Miss Lutrisa says, "Always and forever, 70s. I'm a little older than y'all." Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Kalani from YouTube says, "New Edition and Jodeci."
of course, yeah.
Jodeci underrated. Jodeci is definitely underrated. Kim Emerson says, "Any Prince song." Prince was he was definitely, considered one of the greats. The man played, danced, sung. Boy was talented. Little strange, but talented.
Yeah, I think.
Dr. Antoinette says, "Earth, Wind, and Fire, nothing better than the elements."
That's it. Yeah, I was waiting for somebody to say it. Earth, Wind, and Fire. They paved the way. Y'all better come through for me. I went real hard for Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay.
Okay. Miss Yvonne says, "Anything from the Whispers." The Whispers.
Ooh, that's a good one, Dad. Oh, Anita Baker. Yes, God, Anita Baker. Woo.
Yep.
R-E-S-P-C-T.
Huh?
That's Aretha Franklin, not Anita Baker. Get it right.
See, I knew that, but I was also talking about, I was also thinking about her, like. See,
I just want to make sure we stay informed here.
Never let them know your next move.
The best that I've got. Yeah, that's Anita. That's where she's at.
Miss Carolyn Maxwell from YouTube says, "Earth, Wind, and Fire, keep your head to the sky." Mm.
Ooh, or
Okay.
Luther Vandross. Yes, God. I'll show
Ooh.
you. That's where he's at.
Luther Vandross, Dancing with My Father. That's from Patricia Lyles. Yep, I just showed my age. He questioned the Whispers. I mean, I've heard of the Whisper. I've heard about the Whispers. I just never really heard any songs by them. That's all.
I know a song or two by them. I know it when I hear it. Oh my gosh.
And I knew this was coming from my mom, Charlie Wilson. She loves
Charlie Wilson fan.
I ain't gonna lie. I do like Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie, he got some bangers. He even did a song with Drake. So
yeah, he got some bops. My love is all I have. That's my song. That's my song right there.
Woo! That song and hey girl, how you doing? My name is Charlie. Lexi Wilson. I was wondering if I could take you out. Oh, wait up. You see what you did, Mom?
That's the bop. That's the bop right there.
It is a bop, but you see what you did, Mom? Man. Oh, Lord, the babies don't know the Whispers. Where did we go wrong?
Uh-oh. Hold on. We're going to get educated today.
Yeah, I'm gonna educate myself today. I'm gonna educate myself today. Tyann Williams says that's my song right there, Isaiah. David Williams says Tina Marie. Tina Marie.
Oh, okay. Now I know the Whispers. Okay, yeah. And the beat goes on. That song, just like my love everlasting. That's my song. Yeah. You don't know that song? That's a good one.
I feel like I've heard the melody of that or something similar to that. Diane Ladybug.
Rock steady rocking all night.
Oh, I've heard. Yeah. Okay. I've heard that song. Diane Ladybug says.
I was like, who wrote this? You're a genius.
Diane Ladybug says Charlie Wilson's latest is fire. My mom says, "Sir, you will not disrespect Mr. Wilson talking about him on a Drake song. It's a hard no." Mom, that
okay. The shade.
It's not really shade because the first time I heard the song, I thought it was actually Charlie, but it turns out I was wrong. We're gonna do a few more of these, and then we'll get to the inspirational message. Kaylani from YouTube. Hope I'm saying your name right. Says
it's Kalani.
Okay, Kalani from YouTube. Says mint condition breaking my heart. Ooh, that's a good one. That. What kind of man would I be? You send me swinging. Dang. These are all good. These are all good. Patricia Lau says, "Get down, you two. I love your energy and what you are doing." Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're just having a good time. That's all.
This is what we do on the Young People Takeover. We have a good time. We talk about, we mostly talk about music, y'all. We love the energy, the engagement whenever we talk about music. We had a lot of good engagement last week when we talked about wrestling too. So that was a lot of fun. Kim Emerson says, "Oh Lord, Isaiah, come to Auntie's house for a music lesson." Music history.
I'm an old soul, so I go all the way back to Gap Band and all the rest of them back there.
Oh, you real old school. See, I know a little bit about like a Tribe Called Quest, and shout out to my dad for putting me on to that. Tribe Called Quest. Smokey Robinson. I bet I shocked a lot of y'all with that. Smokey Robinson, The Tracks of My Tears. That's a woo. All right, man. Let me go to this inspirational message before I break on camera. Before I break down on camera. So today's inspirational message is titled, and this is in no reference to Drake's song. This is in no reference to Drake's song, but it's titled God's Plan. And it relates to a scripture that I've heard my entire life, especially when I was in elementary school. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. I have heard that scripture my entire life. Like my elementary school, that was kind of like that was kind of like our national anthem before we started the school day. So with God's plan, you know, it literally goes to back to the scripture. He has plans to help you prosper and thrive in life, and not to harm you, and physically, emotionally, or mentally. He'll put obstacles and trials in your way to see how you handle the fight. But at the end of the day, it's all tied into a bigger picture. It's all connected to God's plan. Um, and I also want to say something to the youth who are um, dealing, or who are kind of dealing with some mental health right now, or if you recently graduated high school and you're kind of getting ready for what's next, whether that be college, going into the military, the workforce, or if you don't even know what's next, which is completely fine. Um, God has a plan for you, and you know it's up to you whether you want to choose to listen to Him and follow His path. Um, you know, I've seen God's plan and action multiple times, and He always comes through near the end. So that was just my inspirational message. Lex, you got anything to bounce off of that before you head to your
I
national
think to
days?
top off your back, that's a great point to keep God first at all times. In life, it could get real tough. And one thing I sometimes find myself struggling with is going in a cycle. And so, with high school and emotions and drama and trying to keep God first, there's so many cycles. And I'm not trying to get hit in the face from God because his hand is heavy. You don't want to get hit in the face from God. That's not nice. But his hand is heavy. But you just keep just trying and pushing and staying close to God and stay close with your family and keep your mental health first and just communicate. And I was at a family reunion in Texas, so just keep your family first. So love on each other, put others first, put yourself first, put God first, and everything's gonna be good. But keep God's plan right here.
Amen. Amen. So before we head out, I know Lexi, you got some national days for us. So let us hear these national days. I'm
Let's
intrigued.
see. The national days. Okay. So today, if you work in the customer service area or anything that has to do with people, it's Get to Know Your Customer Day. Then National Junk Food Day for all the junk food, everything in moderation, but for the junk food, you just gotta put a little bit in there. National Junk Food Day, National Get to Know Your Customer Day, and then my favorite, National Be Someone Day. And of course, I like to be myself. So me, myself, and I, as Beyonce said. So I'm gonna be myself today. Hallelujah. He's got the spirit. Yes, God. Okay.
You saying something right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna be myself
Be
today.
somebody day. Just be yourself.
Careful. Careful. Don't catch it.
Mm, mm, mm. That's powerful right there. Mm. Okay then, Lex. I love whenever you do your national days. It literally informs me of what goes on today, because it literally feels like a normal day for me. So National Get to Know Your Customer Day if you're in customer service. National Be Someone Day, just be true, be yourself. And National Junk Food Day. Hmm. I'm kind of, but to each his own. So with that being said, we just want to say thank y'all for joining us this morning. Thank you for all the laughs, all the comments, the love, the support. Again, shout out to Miss Gail Dudley for inspiring me and Lexi and other youth. Take your much needed and much deserved break. Um, we will be here all next week, y'all. So all next week. So get ready for the laughs. Get ready for, you know, more old school talk, because we kind of some old souls. Me and Lexi, we basically old
Here,
souls.
it's all.
I'm convinced that I should have been born in like the mid 90s. I'm
I'd
just convinced.
rather be back in the 80s. Okay, I'd rather be born then, because music, that was the era for me. Today, They all right. They
You
all
think
right.
music? You think music was better in the '80s than it was in the '90s?
I feel like 80s.
That West Coast sound. Okay, we gonna say this for next week. We gonna say this for next week.
Save it for next week. Stay tuned.
We gonna save this for next week because this right here is a conversation. This right, yeah, this right.
Look what started.
Yeah, this
Yes.
right here is a conversation. So stay tuned next week, y'all. Y'all do not want to miss next week. Tell a friend, tell your cousins, tell their cousins, tell your extended family, tell somebody, grandma,
these nieces, nook, boo boo, baby kids, all the rest of them. They need to know too. All of them.
Oh, baby kids, that's funny. So stay tuned. We will be here all next week for the Young People Takeover, for all the laughs, for all the conversation. It's your boy Isaiah Jones, along with
Lexi, always in the cut, in the building.
Yeah. So y'all have a blessed Thursday. Have a blessed weekend. And we will see y'all